Hello, it's me, Rick, for letsmakerobots.com. Remember this thing? This is very long time ago. Well, since then I've made this and this, which came from something like that. And then I figured, it needs a bit more body. It needed verticals. I thought I did, so I made that, and it's no longer complete. And I made it in plywood even. Look at that. But this is nice stuff and everything. But if you thread it together with pieces of paperclip wire, it's just not that sturdy anymore. Although this design is nice, it's very bulky, thick. Look at that. Can you see that? There's a little bit of brass tubing in there in an attempt to make pivots. Remember pivots? Remember cutting brass tubing? Here, I got some polymorph now. This is the way to handle a brass tubing cutter. Never used it though, because it still sucks. So from this came with that, but that's upside down. See the tiny holes? Never used it. I figured it had to be. Oh, come on. Yeah, this was in the last video. This is in the video where I promised it would be an actual robot. This is a piece of aluminium with plastic in between. It's a composite that I bought on eBay. Never use it for legs, but that might be somewhere. Templates, lots of templates. Sure, pizza box, cardboard. Nice shapes. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at the sensual curves in there. I got pictures of this, but I figured it should be flat. So I figured plywood. That's you know, like layers of wood. So I took 3 or 4 different layers of plywood. Can you see that? Ooh. And I stuck them together. And it took me a month of fiddling and shaping and reshaping and trying to figure out these little tubes as metal pivot points. Oh, and I guess I should learn how to glue these together. This is a bit loose. And then I figured that these holes needed to be drilled at a perfect angle, or it would be crooked. And then came this. Look over here. Lights on. Can you see that? Let's see if you can see that. Look at that. It's exactly the same as in the previous video. And yet it cost me a full month, if not more. Can't even remember. Works both ways. There's a little bit of a cloink, cloink, cloink moment here, but everything else is working perfectly. And you can see over here, I've drawn some lines where it's hitting the floor. When it touches the floor, it's really sturdy. Even though these nuts are not tightened very tight. The foot is touching the floor at exactly 180 degrees of this crank wheel shaft motion thingy. And then the other 180 degrees it is off the ground. And because this giant part is holding everything together when it's touching the ground, this leg will will not, well, it will not fold. I think it's beautiful actually. Let me take it off so you can see how it's built. Boink. Here you go. Oh, look at that. Everything fits perfectly now. Well, what do you want after a month of sanding and jigsawing and everything? See? 3 layers. Lock nuts. Brass tubing everywhere. Little brass plates. Soldering. Oh, that's difficult to make that a very sturdy soldering joint. And here another 3-layer part. And oh, that's not perfectly aligned. Oh, there's a washer in between. That's causing me trouble. You know, I've gone with all these washers. Turns out you don't need them. Oh, maybe I do need that one. It's glued. It's glued shut with super glue. Lots of it. No, can't take it out. Well, let's undo 2 more lock nuts. Oh, look at that. I can't take it out. Huh, what do you know? I must have glued these together with that part in between. Oh man, I have some demolition to do. Well, you get the idea. Oh, it comes loose. The super glue is not so super anymore. There you go. That's the whole reason why this 3rd layer is on, so that it will hold this piece together. Demolition begins. Yeah, I'm going to break something, or I'm going to draw blood, or run out of tape. None of the above. Okay, here we go. All these little brass plates are sunken because these parts need to be able to sit flush against what will become the robot soon. Well, soon. Who knew? Yeah. I was hoping it would come out when it was in this position. Well, it came out, didn't it? So there you have it. A pile of plywood, a box full of rejects, very, very weird looking brass pivots, lots and lots of brass tubing bushes. This plywood is only 4 millimeters thick, you know, less than that, 3.5 actually. And all these bushings that are sitting in there need to be exactly 3.5 millimeters long. That's shorter than it is thick. Yeah, thick is the right word. Here, I needed to cut all of these, and these are too long actually. These are more like 4.5, 5. That's a lot of blood, sweat and tears in there. Hope you appreciate it. I don't. Makes you fall from your chair sometimes.